We're here to talk about genre-defining kick-ass games. If PlayStation in 2007 was all about hardware, PlayStation in 2008 is all about software. Since the last holiday season, we've seen some of the biggest titles on the PS3 platform. The waterfall of titles in 2008 first began when we caught a glimpse of the absolutely stunning HD images of realistic racing simulation in Polyphony Digital's Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. Then we lived the life of Nico Bellic in search of the American dream in Grand Theft Auto 4, and in one of the most eagerly anticipated new title launches in years, Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots not only met expectations in every way, they exceeded them. And if there's any doubt, this is the reason why you buy a PlayStation 3. Games like Metal Gear Solid on PS3 are a good reminder of the true meaning of exclusive content. And while exclusive downloadable content is nice, but exclusive games are what make up consumers' minds and drive the business. PS3 has more exclusive than any other platform with more than 75 titles. And that's just in North America alone. And the great content isn't just for PS3. On the PSP, we saw God of War, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Echo Chrome, and Patapon. PS2 consumers could enjoy big-name franchises like Rock Band, Buzz, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, Guitar Hero, and of course Madden and Tiger Woods. We all saw SingStar make its mark on the PS2, and then through PS3 flood my SingStar with a lot of really, really bad singing. Today we have what no other company has, 3 successful platforms in the market at once. Now let's start off with our flagship product, the PlayStation 3. I agree with what CNET and so many others have written in recent months. 2008 is the year of the PlayStation 3. But it'll also be remembered as the year when we set in motion things that will define the industry for the next decade and beyond. We have a lot of great things to show you here today, and to kick it off, here's a look at the 3rd generation title from Insomniac Games on PlayStation 3, Resistance 2.
We have visual on the hostile. standing by.
It's 1953, America. For the past 2 years, the Chimera have been testing our borders, attacking small towns on the fringes and converting their populations into something else, something alien. In 1951, we lost Chicago. Millions never made it out. We abandoned them to the Chimera. Now Chicago is enemy territory, defended by creatures like that 300-foot-tall Leviathan you just saw. Chicago's former inhabitants roam its streets, mindless, hungry, and no longer human. And ever since their mile-wide Chimeran battleships crossed our coastlines in November of '53, a similar tale is played out across the cities of our border states. This alien fleet now hovers above our land, raining down spires containing twisted creatures to spread their horrific virus. Resistance 2 is a story of a country under siege, a story that's been broken by a superior foe, a country whose fate rests in the hands of a lone Army lieutenant who may have more in common with the enemy than those he's pledged to defend. But Resistance 2 is much more than a single-player campaign. Resistance 2 also breaks new ground with its 8-player online co-op, 60-player online competitive multiplayer modes, and forward-thinking community features. In fact, the word we most often use to describe Resistance at Insomniac is scale. And while many games talk about scale, Resistance 2 truly delivers. Scale describes the huge bosses you'll fight in both the single-player and the co-op campaign, like the guy we just saw. Scale describes the expansive environments you'll discover as players traverse the United States. Scale describes the giant Chimeran warships looming over the country, ships you'll actually get to board in the game. And of course, Scale describes the epic battles you'll experience in single-player, co-op, and competitive modes. Guys, bottom line is that Resistance 2 offers more than any shooter in 2008. So to conclude, I'm going to show you the latest Resistance 2 trailer in which we reveal a new level, Twin Falls, Idaho. Now what you're about to see is all footage captured directly from the game. I'm Ted Price, President and CEO of Insomniac Games, and this is Resistance 2.
For Radio USA, this is Henry Stillman. Today, the country shudders in the wake of cataclysmic devastation. Torn by war with a brutal and terrifying enemy, the likes of which we have never seen. And this morning, I awoke to the sound of thundering crashes that I thought could only be an earthquake. But as I looked outside, I saw their battleships looming over the city, each one wider than Forbes Field, and each leaving nothing but burning, disfigured wreckage in its wake. Former friends and neighbors now lie in storm drains, limbs twisted in ways I can't begin to describe. This struggle for the very survival of mankind, this struggle that has now reached across the shores of our homeland, this struggle, ladies and gentlemen, may now be forever lost.